All right, hello everyone.
Hey guys.
Oh, there you are. I was like, did you leave me? Um, we were just
No,
talking.
I'm right.
Um, so you may notice we are doing 428 Shibuya Scramble tonight. I did promise having Lemur tonight. Unfortunately, Lemur had some dental work done, and if you've ever had dental work done, sometimes it makes talking hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, she will,
It's painful.
yeah. So her mouth is still numb. So even if it's not painful, sometimes when your mouth is numb, um,
Mhm. Yeah, you can't really syllables very good.
yeah. So she'll be back on Tuesday or Monday, depending on what our stream schedule is next week. I'm not entirely sure what we're going back to. But so we'll be back. She'll be back then, and we're doing 428 Shibuya Scramble tonight. Last time we got to the 1 o'clock time block, so the floor is open. Who do you want to do?
Okay. Oh god, I'm trying to remember who had the worst.
So we can do a quick recap if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we with Kano? We went to go apprehend the briefcase suspect and defied orders. And then Jack Stanley, who is he's apparently a diplomat at the embassy, comes in, kicks this man, like, in the face before he can, stab Kano.
Like a boss.
I know, the man is incredible. And basically says, hey, you're with me now. Kuze says, yeah, you're going to follow his directions. Also, Hitomi is nowhere to be found. We know where she is because she's with Achi. But the police don't know where Hitomi is. And Detective Tateno, who is Kano's not mentor, because I don't even know that he knows Kano exists, but guiding light. Yeah, senpai.
He's really cool.
He is, like, the man doused himself in gasoline. I don't even know that I could do that with my poor sensitive nose.
Same. Like, that'd be too much for me. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
like, ugh. So he's also missing. He's not radioing back in, and Kano is worried that something is happening to him. But we are sticking to Stanley like glue because we just defied orders, and Kuze is pissed at us. Minori Kawa.
If we don't, we finna lose our job.
Yeah. With Minori Kawa, we just gave Chiaki a little pep talk. It was really cute. With the kinder partners.
Like, speaking of losing jobs.
Yeah. And now we are running off to the health food demo that Tama is at, so that we can write that article. Osawa is he's currently looking through Ai's stuff. So if you remember correctly, we hid Toyama in the shed, and so he's just hanging out there. The toilet got unclogged, and we found out that I tried to flush the ticket to the US down the drain. So he went to sort of poke around and see what was going on with her. Tama. Poor Tama.
Baby girl.
So the burning hammer went missing. We went to go find it. Couldn't find it, so we went back to, our boss, like, hey, can't find it. Apparently the recycling guy, realized his mistake and brought it back, except for the fact that it's all broken because Achi took the boxes and threw them at the man with the cane that was chasing after them with a gun. So now she has a bunch of boxes of broken burning hammer right before the demo that is now about to start. Achi is on the run with Hitomi, and the man with the cane and the gun, who we threw boxes at, he has burning hammer in his eyes. It's gotta, like, fucking burn. Has caught up to us, and he's trying to kill Hitomi and telling Achi, who he apparently knows by name, that this is for the best. So, who do you want to start with?
I think Achi is in the most danger right now, I think.
Considering he's got a gun pointed at him, yeah, I would say so.
Let's save the boy!
Alright.
Forklift mania, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. It's forklift mania.
Alright, let's do this. The man with the cane crooked his finger on the trigger. Achi stepped in front of Hitomi, shielding her with his body. If you want to shoot her, you have to shoot me too. Suddenly,
that can be arranged.
Yeah, I know. Suddenly, the assassin's head jerked forward. He pitched face first onto the pavement and lay still, revealing a foreign man standing behind him. That is probably not a good sign. Oh shit, that's not a good sign.
Okay, are we finna die for real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he looks deranged.
Well, remember, this is the guy that picked up the briefcase to begin with.
Oh, that's right. Oh, see, okay. Yes.
Yeah. So on one hand, the stranger clutched a metal pipe. This is not going to be good for us. He told me...
Oh god, we funded that.
Achi asked, "You know that guy?" He told me his eyes went wide.
That's the man from the Scramble. The one who told me to go to the van.
Wait, one of the kidnappers? Why would he help us?
I'm not sure.
The newcomer fixed his eyes on Achi. Hey, man.
We finna die.
Achi approached the stranger. I'm not sure what's going on here, but thanks for the assist. Whoa! The man took a sudden swing with his pipe.
God.
Achi barely managed to dodge out of the way. Oh, this is not good. What the hell?
We finna...
Once again, Achi made sure Hitomi was safely behind him. Hitomi looks like she's either scared or she's going to punch something.
Right, she looks like that one fight me emoji, but like the kawaii one. Like
oh, there she is. Guess I gotta let my fists do the talking. Achi quickly adopted a fighting stance.
Be careful,
Hitomi warned, her voice trembling. Don't worry, it's just a pipe. I'll just snatch it away from him and make him tell us where your sister is. Achi judged the distance between them carefully as he stared his opponent down. The metal pipe gave this thug considerable reach. One solid hit from that thing and Achi wouldn't stand a chance. He needed to end this in one punch.
Sorry.
The crook seized him up for a few moments, then lunged forward to attack. Now! Achi sidestepped to avoid the incoming blow, then delivered a vicious left hook to his adversary's jaw. The man went down hard. This man is my hero. I love you, Achi.
Achi is the best boy, damn.
Achi gazed at his fallen foe, flexing his knuckles. The thing about guys who bring weapons to fights is that they always let themselves get too cocky. He looked the guy over. The man had a tattoo peeking from one of his ratty sleeves. Come on, buddy, you can't clock out just yet, Achi said. Get up, I've got a few questions for you. He knelt down to grab the man by his collar. Oh shit. Halfway to his feet, the man pulled a gun from his breast pocket. Oh shit. Whoa! Didn't know you were packing heat. Achi took a quick step backward. The man's eyes brimmed with rage. Yeah, I wonder why. We just, like, sucker punched him. He looked ready to pull the trigger at any moment. But he didn't get the chance. Okay, I'm not ready for both of our assassins to... Like, this is assassin versus assassin.
Is this... Wow, okay.
The man
told me hurry up. Throw hands.
I know. The man with the cane had regained consciousness. Back on his feet, he trained his own gun on the foreigner. The foreigner quickly shifted his attention to the other gunman. Oh, no, you don't! Achi darted forward and kicked the kidnapper in the hand as hard as he could. The gun went flying from his grasp. With a low snarl, the man took up the metal pipe again. Rather than go for Achi, however, he charged the man with the cane. What the... Achi watched in astonishment as the two men grappled. Okay, can we go? Now's our chance.
Right, like, We don't need this shit.
No.
We just yeet.
Grabbing Hitomi by the hand, Achi broke into a run.
Same. I would too, bitch.
Poor Hitomi needs different shoes, man.
Yeah, like, she needs some sneakers if she's gonna be running all day.
Like, yeah, those are kitten heels, but still.
Mm.
They ran for a long time, finally stopping to rest in a quiet municipal park. As they sat catching their breath, Achi sensed a new tension in Hitomi. She hadn't said a word since their latest escape.
She has to die, Achi. It's for your own good. Good.
In his mind, Achi replayed what the man with the cane had said. So, Hitomi... Achi hesitated. About what happened back there?
Yeah?
She sounded like she'd been far gone in her own thoughts. You gotta believe me. I have no idea who that guy was. Never seen him before in my life. He must have been saying that stuff to confuse us, to trip us up.
Yeah?
Hitomi said again. Is that what's been bothering you? Oh, wait, no, that's you.
Oh, wait. Is that what's been bothering you?
Huh? Now it was Achi's turn to go monosyllabic.
Well, Achi, you're kind of famous around Shibuya, right?
I don't know about that. Way back when, he'd been the leader of SOS. Nowadays, he was just some guy who picked up trash. That was nothing to brag about. Yes, it is. You are amazing, baby.
You're doing your bestest. your darndest.
Exactly.
Yes. When someone's famous, it's not unusual for someone else to recognize them and know their name. So yeah, I was surprised back there. But no matter what the man may have said, I trust you. I mean, look at how many times you've put yourself in danger to protect me.
Hitomi sounded pretty resolute. Achi was glad that she believed him, but that raised another question. So then, how come you've been so quiet?
I've just been thinking about things like what that man from the Scramble might be after.
It was true that his actions didn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, he seemed more interested in taking out the man with the cane than going after you. Is it that there's bad blood between them, or is it a case of mistaken identity?
Well, hold on. Assassins lives are at risk. Achi, it's not worth tapping that. True. No, but she's great. Do we go Taylor Swift with bad blood, or do we go case of mistaken identity? Maybe I'm gonna think bad blood because they seemed like they knew each other-ish. Yeah, otherwise, why would they attack some rando? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Seems logical to me. Maybe there's bad blood between them. Achi let out a little chuckle. If we're lucky, maybe they'll take each other out for us. He felt a rush of relief, reassured that Hitomi didn't doubt his motives. Regardless, though, we have to track down that blue van. The sound of a child's cry came from behind them. Oh no! Turning to look, he saw the kidnapper rushing toward them. He had knocked over a little girl who was in his way. You apologize to Hana.
Bitch!
How dare you?
Oh God.
No rest for the weary, Achi sighed. Yet again, he and Hitomi sprinted away.
It's like you all live in the same city.
I know.
What's going on today? Everything's a shit show. Alright. Do you think he took out the guy with the cane?
Hitomi's words came between panting huffs. Maybe. Achi glanced back at their pursuer. What? There was someone else with him. Now they were being chased down by 2 foreigners. I like this better than when we were just running from one guy with a cane. In a one-on-one fight... I know. In a one-on-one fight, Achi was confident he could keep Hitomi safe. 1-on-2, though, that was a different story. One guy might get a hold of her while he was facing off against the other. He had to make sure they lost these creeps, no matter what. Oh, and we have already hit a keep out. I think that took us like 5 minutes.
Yeah, wow, that was the fastest.
That was a fast one.
Everyone crashing this first date. Yeah, I felt that.
I know. Just let these two lovebirds live.
Yeah, let them live.
All right, who do you want to do next? Kano,
Let's
Minorikawa,
go.
Osawa, or Tama?
Let's go, Kano. Let's go.
All right, let's do some Kano.
Following Kano's directions, Stanley drove towards the crime syndicate hangout. There was a good chance that this was where Mario was being held. Traffic was practically non-existent, and they made a good time. They cruised down Miyamasuzaka. Yes, it took me a while. Miyamasuzaka, and then past the train station towards Dogansaka. Also, this beautiful scenery. Anyway, all the while, the two men stared out the windshield, neither inclined to make a conversation. Because, like, what do you talk about? They arrived at the Shin Sencho's intersection. Take a right here, Kano said.
You nervous?
Stanley asked as he made the turn. His own tone was calm and level. Kano gave no reply. But in his mind, he was screaming.
Exactly.
Internal screaming. In the syndicate really was holding Mario hostage up ahead. He and Stanley might wind up putting her in danger by showing up there. So yeah, I'm nervous. It came down to it. Kano wondered, could he count on the man next to him, taking the hostage safety into account? He doubted it, but there was nothing he could do about it right now.
Well, that is correct.
True. Because so far, all the bad guys have been foreigner.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone hella sus right now.
I don't know if they have had ID badges, though. This guy seems legit.
Yeah, he does have an ID badge. And he did talk to Kuze, so he's like, here's their boss. Anyway, they arrived at the syndicate's hangout sooner than Kano had anticipated. It was a multi-tenant building in Tomigaya, southwest of Yoyogi Park. The ratty building looked like it might have come crashing down at any minute. The Black Lodge sign out front looked deliberately ominous. Probably because it's all in black and like it looks kind of dodgy in there.
It does.
Alright, Kano knew the place as a bar frequented by expats from various countries, as well as hotbed of criminal activity.
This sounds like a really nice place.
Right? With some very nice folks.
Yeah, I'll take point.
Stanley said,
you back me up.
Okay, Stanley. He pulled a handgun from his suit pocket. It was a compact Glock and a model frequently used by the FBI or CIA.
A Glock 17 is an automatic pistol, a semi-automatic pistol, sorry, I apparently skipped over half that word, developed in Austria for police and military use. Notable for its incorporation of large amounts of polymer plastic in its design. A certain Hollywood film included a line of dialogue claiming that the Glock would not show up on airport x-ray machines, but since the gun barrel itself is made of metal, this is assuredly not true.
Are they throwing shade at movies?
Yeah, just a little bit. The FBI is the Federal Bureau of Investigation, an American investigative bureau established by the U.S. Department of Justice in 1908. It has authority in matters involving crimes that cross state lines, as well as threats to public order, such as espionage and terrorism. Generally speaking, the FBI conducts its activities within the United States. The CIA is the Central Intelligence Agency, one of the principal agencies of the U.S. intelligence community, reporting to the Director of National Intelligence. Possessing considerable budgetary resources and a vast network of highly trained personnel, the CIA carries out intelligence gathering and covert operations primarily overseas. In recent years, the organization has been devoting major efforts to counterterrorism.
Kano drew his own gun, and the two cautiously made their way inside. Wah, wah, wah. Gotta tiptoe real good. They immediately heard some sort of ruckus from beyond a wooden door at the far end of the hall.
I know you can't hear this because you don't get any audio, but it sounds like there's a fist fight or something going on.
Oh damn.
Bar fight!
Someone's getting beat up in the head. They're just doing hot girl shit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Please don't let this be what I think it is. Kano thought to himself. They're fighting over their OTPs again.
I know, damn.
Sweat beaded down on his hands as he gripped his gun tighter. He heard the sound of glass shattering. Then came the sound of something heavy falling to the floor. Maria.
I don't think that was Maria, but, you know.
Yeah, like, no offense, dude. Ignoring Stanley's previous order, like a champ, Kano rushed ahead, kicked down the door, and stepped inside. All smarty-like. Oh shit.
Well.
Wow, he walked right into a massacre. There were nearly a dozen bodies sprawled out across the floor. He thought he recognized them all, the man who'd participated in the repeated suitcase handoffs. Each appeared to have been stabbed to death.
And we just listened to that, great.
Neat. Right. Had the guys all turned on each other? Nah, that couldn't have been the case. None of the victims was holding a knife, which meant that whoever had killed them must still be hiding nearby. Oh shit. No sooner had Kano come to the conclusion that he heard a muffled cry behind him. Stanley! The American was sprawled on the floor, face down. Kano rushed over and knelt beside him. Stanley was dead. Stabbed through the back.
Well, shit, he didn't last long.
What?
Also, we're about to die, so,
Stanley.
you know.
Stanley, no! No!
There's a shadow behind us, we're gonna die.
Yep. This is the fight that would have happened if he chose to let Tama confront the cockroach.
Yeah.
Called it. I knew it. Without an instant hesitation, Kano stood up again, gun at the ready. I'm scared, yo. He scanned his surroundings, but there was no sign of the killer. Bitch behind you. Anyway, no, but that was impossible. Or was it? Stanley had been killed mere moments ago. Someone had to be here somewhere.
Yeah.
Did Stanley
behind
scream?
you.
Stanley screamed, right?
Stanley screamed, yeah.
Oh, okay. Out of nowhere, he felt someone press the tip of a knife into his neck from behind, right at the base of his skull. How? Yet he hadn't noticed someone coming up on him. They're a ninja. I don't know. There wasn't even anyone else around. Nobody but the corpses scattered across the floor. It's a ghost. Okay. Wait. The corpses. Kano hadn't checked them. Hadn't checked to make sure they were all really dead. With his last thought, he realized that had been his fatal mistake.
Oh.
No, our boy.
Well, that didn't happen. Very good. I think that one took like 5 minutes too. Okay.
Why are we dying?
Number 25, I thought they were dead. Alas, there's nothing to be done for poor Kano now. He wasn't prepared for whoever's wielding that knife. Sometimes it's best not to rush things. Kano and Stanley might not have had their run-in with the killer if they'd turned up a bit later. There's someone who can cause a traffic jam at 1310, which should keep these two from meeting such a grisly end.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay, well, we need to undie Kano.
yeah. So, who do you think is going to cause a traffic jam?
If Kano dies, he won't be able to fulfill his destiny of becoming a farmer.
Exactly.
Come on, man, we need Farmer Kano. Well, the most likely suspect, because he's a public nuisance sometimes, is Minorikawa.
You want to do him next, then?
Oh, well, actually, it could be Minorikawa or Tama, but Tama's inside a building right now, right?
I mean, in theory,
So,
both of them should be at the health food demo at this moment.
Oh, you're right.
So I don't know
Let's
who...
do Tama.
Alright, sounds good. I don't know who's going to cause the traffic jam, because Osawa is supposed to be inside his house.
True.
Bottles...
How could this happen to me?
Bottles of burning hammer littered the pavement, shattered into tiny bits of glass. Even if the recycling guy was really careless with the boxes, it shouldn't have caused this much of a mess. Looks like someone came along and actually threw them all over the place. Yeah, they might have.
Yeah. They did, though.
The heck was this thing? I toss away the miracle stone, which has clearly brought me only bad luck. We can't have a product demo without a product, which in turn means I won't be getting paid for this whole fiasco. Okay, we can do this. We can figure something out. I try to give myself a pep talk, but I hear the doubt in my own voice. I try to brainstorm anyway. Finding inspiration is like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. I rack my mind for the best course of action, and at long last I arrive at a conclusion. Alright, somehow or another I'm going to have to sell some burning hammer, or do I just need to find something else to sell?
Well, last time we tried to sell something else, like the Anagachis, we, gave up on life or something.
Yeah, we didn't manage to sell a single Anagachi.
Yep, and then we had regrets forever.
Yeah.
So let's try to still sell some burning hammer somehow. Just add water.
Alright.
I don't know.
Somehow or another, I'm going to have to sell some burning hammer. The flyers have already been handed out. People have come to the demo expecting to get burning hammer. I may have to put it into some new bottles and possibly water it down some, but getting this stuff sold is my only option. My eyes alight on one of the cardboard boxes, and I notice an on mark that's stamped on it. Wait a sec. I've seen this before. I recall something Cheery said earlier.
This is the sort of thing they'd sell in 100-yen shops or something. Something.
The mark on the box is the same one I saw at the shop that's selling the necklace. That's it. I can see if there's more at the knick-knack shop.
See, traffic had piled up due to the abundance of broken burning hammer.
There we go.
Mysteriously appearing on the street.
Guided by this ray of hope, I head for the knick-knack shop as fast as I can run. A ray, a glimmer, a sliver, the ever-dwindling light in the distance. Point is, there's not much.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Cheery.
What up, girl?
As soon as I reach the main road, I crash right into someone. It's Cheery.
Hello, fam. Oh, hey, you find it?
She asks. She makes it sound like it's not really her problem. Not yet, but I think we can stock up at the 100-yen shop. The words are hard to get out when I'm panting as hard as I am. For now, just stay calm and go let the boss know.
Got it. Leave it to me.
Cheery nods and I break into a run. I'm practically praying as I rush into the knick-knack shop, where I immediately spot the cardboard boxes I saw earlier still stacked up. Yes! I'm in luck! I dive into one of the boxes to check what's inside.
Please,
It's packed with tiny bottles. There's no mistaking the noxious red liquid inside. That's burning hammer, all right. There's 50 bottles per
Oh,
box.
hell.
And there are 4 boxes total. Assuming each bottle is 100 yen including tax, I can buy the whole lot with the 20,000 yen I've got in my wallet. Mr. Yanagashita said he was selling the bottles of the demo for 15,000 yen apiece. That way, if we sell all 200 bottles, he'll be able to pay back his debts no problem.
Get it. Whoa. What's the deal with you?
The sales clerk's eyes go wide when he sees my get-up. This stuff! I'd like your entire stock! I point at the burning hammer and the clerk makes an awkward face.
I'm afraid that's already been sold.
I'd like to point out this is the same man that Achi found picking up trash, or picking up what he thought was trash, and just giving the stuff in his pocket too.
Also, the guy that
Minorikawa
interviewed.
yeah.
He's everywhere.
What? You mean like all of it? Nobody in their right mind could possibly want all of this.
Yes, all of it, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm not going to roll over that easily. Whether I earn that extra 20,000 or not hinges on whether I can get this stuff. Please, you've got to help me out.
I'm afraid it's out of my hands.
Then, could you get in touch with the buyer? Tell them I'm willing to negotiate.
I suppose that wouldn't be an issue, but actually, would you mind waiting for just a moment? She said she'd be by ASAP. What should be cheery? I'm alive.
I know. After 5 minutes of waiting, the buyer still hasn't shown up. I don't think she's coming, I say.
That's odd.
The sales clerk murmurs.
She says on the phone she'd come by just after 1 o'clock to pick him up.
I really need this right away.
I understand, but
Please.
it's out of my hands.
By now, the sales demo has already started. If I come back empty-handed, what was the point of all this effort? Gimme.
Take the bottles and run. I've already said I can't do that.
Gimme.
Wouldn't you please wait a moment?
No. Why did I spend all that time trying to hand out samples? Why did I put this stupid costume on? Why did I miss out on lunch? Why? What was it all for? Look over there! It's the Chupacabra!
Nani?
Yoink! Seizing the moment, I snatch up the boxes of burning hammer and make a run for it.
You're such an icon.
Mm-hmm.
Take it and run. Hey, hold it right there, miss.
The sales clerk is quick to bar my path. Woof. I barrel my way right past him. I bump him harder than intended as I race by. He loses his balance and goes crashing through the display case at the front of his shop. At the same time, I hear something else topple over with a thud and a gurgle. Some sort of liquid begins to rush from a red polyethylene container.
Uh-oh.
The sales clerk's eyes go wide, his stare fixed on something on the sidewalk nearby. Oh no. It's a cigarette!
It's gonna blow.
Oh no! We just destroyed
all
this man's
gonna die
job.
from the-
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
The burning butt
Why
ignites.
is everyone dying?
I know. The burning butt ignites something. Okay. And.
Wow. And now for today's news. Shortly after 1 o'clock this afternoon, there was an explosion at a variety store in Udagawacho in Shibuya, the cause of which remains unknown. Eyewitnesses report seeing an individual wearing a full-body cat costume fleeing the scene in the aftermath of the explosion. Police consider this individual a person of interest and have not ruled out the possibility that this bombing was a terrorist act. Several hours after the incident, the cat remains at large.
I think we just skipped town.
Oh,
We just fled the
I think we
country.
just killed a man.
Oh yeah, we just killed a man. Okay.
Whoa! Okay.
Number 30, fled the country. Tama wound up as the prime suspect in an apparent terrorist bombing. If the buyer had shown up earlier, Tama's argument with the sales clerk might have never happened, to say nothing of the rest. As a matter of fact, the buyer was just outside the shop at the critical moment. She was held up when she happened to run into someone. That someone's actions at 13:05 are the key to changing Tama's fate. Okay.
Everyone's just running into everything. Holy shit.
Mhm.
If only
Okay.
Kono Senpai were here.
I
An
know.
explosion should be a sufficient cause for a traffic jam that will save Kono's life. Maybe.
Yeah, apparently
Well
they want
then,
something else. All right, Minorikawa or Osawa?
Let's Minorikawa his ass.
All right.
Maybe he's the traffic jam. Right. Left. Minorikawa sprinted down center guy, dodging between oncoming pedestrians. Out of my way! Can't you see people? I'm in a hurry! Bitch. He stole a glimpse at his watch as he ran like Sonic the Hedgehog. It was just after 1 o'clock. Burning Hammer sales demo would be getting underway any moment now. He could possibly get an interview, even if he showed up late. Still, he wanted to get to the venue ASAP to get a feel for things before they got started. Best time to scope out an event was before it started, and after it ended. Not wrong. This was something he'd learned from Toyama. Everything he knew about journalism, the publisher had taught him. Ah, it had been a combative education. Minorikawa learning despite himself as the two men constantly butted heads. Oh, give me a break. What's wrong with my article? Minorikawa shouted. His voice was loud enough to carry throughout the editing department.
Shut up!
I told you to... Oh, wait, that's you?
Shut up! I told you to rewrite it, so rewrite it!
No! Toyama was sticking to his guns. Minorikawa recalled the scene from the days when the two men had worked at the same newspaper and Toyama was his boss.
At the time, Toyama was the copy editor for the local news. Known as the Red Pen Gatekeeper, he would go around checking young reporters' copy like mad. Due to his vigorous efforts, a great many articles never made it to the page.
Big oof.
Mm.
What's wrong with it? Show me what's wrong.
All of it!
Okay, that's not specific. How can it be all of it? Coworkers stared, keeping their distance as the pair screamed themselves red in the face. These arguments had become a regular occurrence, regular enough that everyone had just learned to not try to intervene. It's called minding your business.
Yeah.
I poured my heart and soul into this piece. Go back and read it again.
I'd like to point out, though, if my coworker was standing on his desk screaming, I would probably, at least look up.
Right, how is he not fired?
I know.
Like, damn.
I could read it
He's
over
getting a wood.
and over and it would still be the same thing. A load of self-important claptrap. Now go calm down and write me a more neutral piece. Neutral is taking neither of two opposing sides. The media typically seeks to adopt a neutral stance in reporting the news. Frequently, however, biased reporting still results in one-sided thinking taking hold amongst the general public. In the end, it's up to the individual to make an objective assessment of any news event.
Calm down. You must be joking. I write what I feel in my heart. That's the one thing I refuse to back down on.
Then it's the one thing that'll keep getting your copy rejected.
You getting copy rejected. Aren't you the one who told me to be bold and daring with my writing?
Yeah, I did, but I don't remember telling you to write me garbage.
By now, me, Norikawa, and Toyama were practically at each other's throats. Wow. Still, despite these almost daily shouting matches, Minorikawa never resented Toyama. What? I'm sorry, but I live what?
To be fair,
I won't believe that.
I assume it's not Toyama who's actually starting the shouting. It's Minorikawa, who is flamboyant about absolutely everything.
Mm-hmm. He pretty much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not really. How could he write a piece in a way that would shut Toyama up? Trying to figure that out was how he had to develop his skills as a reporter. He did it. I did it my way. Anyway, up until he quit his position at the newspaper to start his own publishing company, Toyama had been a stubborn old man in his finest sense of the term.
Now a dying breed in Japan, the sort who'd be inclined to use knuckles before words to remedy a child's bad behavior. Inflexible, but still emotionally brittle. Their signature move is to drive away a wayward kid out of the house with the exclamation, "You fool! You're no son of mine, I disown you!" Only to wait a while, go find the son who's crying down by the dry riverbed and calmly murmur, "Come on, your supper's getting cold." Asian parenting.
At its finest. But then, in order to keep his company afloat, at some point he had abandoned all his ideals and principles. It was disgraceful. Just disgraceful. Wow, you're so... Damn. Okay, thinking about it made Midorikawa's blood boil. It rankled him to know that such a pathetic remnant of a man had been such an influence on him. It reminded him once again that he needed to wrap up his current job as soon as possible. I just want to work for me, girl. By now, Minorikawa was getting close to the demo site. He increased his speed. Oh no! He wound up barreling right into someone who was walking into a knick-knack shop.
Well, I think this is who we need. The Knick-Knack Shop is a newly opened general variety store. The place is primarily a second-hand shop with posters inside proclaiming things like, "We'll take what you don't need," and "We buy computers at top prices."
Wait, computers at top? Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. It was a girl about high school age. Hey, girl! She jumped to her feet, then snatched Minorikawa by the collar and not the weave. So.
Hey! Watch where you're going!
She snapped. Her upper body strength was impressive, to say the least. The chokehold she had on his neck made it almost impossible for him to breathe. He had to do something fast.
Alright, are we going to bow our head in apology, or are we going to punch her?
No! We're not gonna punch a lady! What the fuck, Minorikawa? What's wrong with you? No, we're not punching the lady. Sorry. He bowed his head in apology. He was in too much of a hurry to get caught in an argument now. Good, you know better!
Yeah.
Anyway, the girl didn't let go. Oh shit. Instead, she tightened her grip. I'm gonna die. Look, I'm sorry for not looking where I was going. Minorikawa could barely croak out his apology.
Oh, fine. I'll let it slide this once.
The girl said. She relaxed her hold with a scowl.
Wait, hold on.
She murmured. She stared good and hard in Minorikawa's face.
Hey, you're Mr. Minorikawa!
Surprised, Minorikawa gave her another look. Miku?
Yeah! Wow, so you do remember me.
Hatsune? No. She smiled with delight, apparently forgetting that she'd just been wringing his neck.
Wow, how long's it been?
She asked. About 5 years, I think. Still doing your bonsai stuff?
Nah.
She replied.
I gave that up.
Miku had been Japan's bonsai champion back when she was in middle school. Y'all gotta competition for that?
The mention of bonsai likely calls to mind elderly hobbyists, but recently the art is attracting more young people, as are other aspects of Japanese-style interior design. Varieties of cherry and maple, smaller than normal bonsai, are becoming popular with practitioners, as are fruit-bearing trees such as plumleaf apple. There are even spherical balls of soil covered in moss, shaped to look like cute little miniature planets with plants growing over their surface.
That's cute though. That's hella cute. That's bad cute.
It is.
Man, okay, like high-key, I want a bonsai tree. They're really adorable. It's like having a tiny tree.
It's really weird because I haven't seen any here, like at all.
What?
Like,
I mean, okay. I mean, I saw some. There was this Japanese festival close by. I went, and they were selling them. They were not cheap though.
well, surprise.
But yeah, they were selling them. But I guess you gotta go to one of them.
Yeah,
to
apparently.
actually see it. But yeah, I haven't seen it like Home Depot or Lowe's.
Yeah, you
or,
don't see it
any
at
of
like
that.
any of the plant stores at all. It's like, it's
Get
weird.
on that shit. One day, local delinquents had vandalized dozens of Miku's bonsai pieces. Jerks! Minorikawa had met her when he interviewed her about the incident.
I want to get strong.
She said,
Strong enough to beat those guys up.
"That's valid, girl."
Mhm.
It's like Miku started bonsai cultivation under Nariyoshi Miyagi himself. Probably. Is this leading to the bad end where the random girl strangles him to death?
Yeah.
Maybe. We avoided that a little bit.
Yeah, I
Just a little
think,
bit.
yeah.
And so Minorikawa had introduced Miku, an acquaintance of his, who ran a martial arts dojo. It was very nice of you, but you almost died, so, kind of backfired on you a
Detail.
little bit. Well, yeah. Well, you've sure gotten strong, alright, Minorikawa said.
That's the sort of gal I am.
Miku handed him a flyer. Oh wow, that flyer! Holy shit! It read, "Ladies Mixed Martial Arts Pub. Bride presents this flyer for a free drink."
A show pub. So Bride is a show pub that began as a side venture for a group of female mixed martial arts fighters who were facing financial difficulties. There's an octagonal ring inside the pub, and the rules state that anything goes between the young women who fight inside. Customers are able to take in the fights while enjoying their drinks. It's a place where you can watch girls fight in the ring while you have some drinks.
Yeah, that's some valid entertainment right there. Yeah. Anyway, that sounds pretty fun actually. Minorikawa could feel himself being pulled in all the wrong directions by the prospect.
You should see
Okay.
some. You could. You should come see one of my matches sometimes. I'm the reigning champion.
Oh, I believe you. Miku beamed with pride. Wait, you're the champion? Yikes. Good thing I apologized when I did. Else I'd be dead. In this case, I'll definitely have to swing by sometime soon. Right, I'm in some sort of hurry, though.
Oh, sure.
Oh, okay, Miku said.
Catch you later then.
She headed into the shop as Minorikawa rushed off towards the sales demo. Ooh, woo.
She's going into the shop. I think that we have saved that man's life.
Thank God. At long last, he arrived at the Nokane building, where the event was being held. The wall by the elevator was plastered with posters about Burning Hammer. Get it or regret it. As seen in magazines, 100% weight loss guaranteed.
This is blatantly false advertising.
Oh, thanks for the heads up, Siri. The message was kind of a mess. A hot mess. That's because it's Burning Hammer.
Oh my god.
It felt they've been throwing together at the last minute. Yeah, it was though.
Oh yeah.
Minorikawa avoided, Minorikawa avoided the elevator in favor of the stairs, rushing up to the event site on the third floor. Emerging from the stairwell, he saw more posters on the wall, pointing to the way to the sales demo. Followed the arrows to a room deeper within the building. Oh boy, we in for it now. Opening the door, he saw about 50 chairs, most of them occupied by female attendees. There was a stage set up by the far end of the room, but nobody was on it. Yet. It appeared that the event had yet to begin. Minorikawa quickly looked over the crowd. Roughly half the women were somewhat elderly. All of them looked like they could stand to lose some weight. And for some of them, at least, it was bitch. Anyway, and for some of them, at least, that ship had surely sailed some time ago. I'm gonna punch him! God. Is that stage with rapid anticipation? I feel like punching Minorikawa, because same.
I think everyone in this game has felt that so far. Maybe not Chiaki, but...
Right. It's like, it's a good thing you didn't try to punch her. Yeah, because, I mean, I would have. A beverage that allowed you to eat plenty and still lose weight was definitely an appetizing proposition. Could something like that really exist, though? Oh well. Minorikawa was just going to have to wait and see. He did his best to get his mind into journalism mode. Time passed, but the demo didn't start. The audience began grumbling in frustration. Then a heavy-set young woman took the stage and gave a little bow. It was the girl from the cafe, one with the amazing appetite. The audience broke into applause, their patience finally rewarded. But as everyone leaned forward expectantly, the girl on the stage began performing magic tricks. She twiddled a silk hat and pulled a bunch of flowers from inside. Wow, she's so talented.
I know.
Get it, girl. Sparse applause rose from the crowd. The young woman immediately went on to perform another trick, and then another.
Ta-da!
The coin in her hand became the 3 coins as she spoke her magic words. She's not very good at this, Minorikawa thought. Yeah, she's doing her best, you jerk.
Yeah.
Right. Though, whether she was good or bad wasn't really the issue. He had a tight schedule to keep. There was no time to stand around watching silly sleight of hand antics. Scanning the room, he spotted a man who looked like he was probably in charge. Yo, man. Minorikawa headed over to him. Hey, you the one running this thing?
Well, yes.
When's the actual sales demo going to start?
Soon. Very soon. Yep.
In how many minutes?
You know, soon.
Just
soon. Real soon.
This is getting nowhere. I'm an impatient bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
3 minutes, Minorikawa declared. He held up 3 fingers to emphasize his point. If this thing doesn't start in 3 minutes.
If it doesn't start, then what? Are we going to be heartbroken? Are we going to start a ruckus? Or are we gonna go home?
We're gonna go home, probably. Because I don't want to start a ruckus here. I feel like it would make people... Isn't that like... Oh wait, that wasn't when that weird bad end where we came in with a chair and tried to wreck shit.
That was like several hours ago. I assume that what we didn't see was someone else setting him up to drink that burning hammer on an empty stomach.
True. I'm just gonna go home. He kept his tone clipped and cool.
Hey now, no need for that, sir. Just settle down. Who doesn't like a silly little magic show now and then?
You've got 2 minutes.
Hey, a minute can't have passed already.
1 minute.
Whoa, just what kind of watch you got there?
The good kind. Tell me, why the demo isn't starting?
No real reason, really.
The man was getting seriously flustered.
I just, I wanted folks to get to see a little magic show first.
Oh. Nope. Try again. 30 seconds left.
Okay, alright. What happened is, the required merchandise,
What happened to the merchandise? Minorikawa demanded. He gave the guy a dagger stare.
Oh, well, it's just,
Time's up.
What?
Bye. Bye, Felicia. The man's face went pale.
Alright, we have hit ourselves a keep out.
Oh, shit.
But we have freed Tama from breaking the law, so that's something.
Yay! Tama isn't a felon.
Alright, so
or
I think...
an arsonist.
Yeah, details. So I think we can either do Tama or we can start on Osawa. That's the only two we've got.
Go Osawa.
Okay.
Just start people. Let's get people hype.
Alright. I know, since no one's had a very long one.
Right, exactly. Let's just eat.
I don't deserve to be forgiven for what I've done. We may have both done those same things, but my motives, those were different, and so I don't regret what I did. And yet, if someone were to ask if there was some small part of me that wanted to see the results of my research, I could not deny it.
Oh,
Osawa grabbed his shoes from the entryway and headed for the back door. He didn't want the detectives in his living room to know he was going to meet with Makino. That pest Kajiwara was nowhere in sight. Now
Thank
was
God.
his chance to slip away.
I don't like that bitch.
Oh my god.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh god, that transition was too damn much. Gotcha.
Speak of the devil, Kajiwara had snuck up behind him.
This is terrifying. Are you going out?
The detective asked. No, I was just... Osawa felt something inside his shoe. Glancing down, he saw a rubber duck stuffed inside it. Is this your doing?
I laid a booby trap, or rather, a ducky trap.
A booby trap was originally a type of lethal trap used during wartime to catch clumsy or unwary soldiers, called boobies. In modern parlance, however, the term frequently signifies a harmless prank, such as setting a blackboard eraser atop a classroom door so that it falls onto the head of whoever opens the door. Kajiwara beamed with self-satisfaction. You act like a grade schooler, Osawa said.
Indeed, sir. I'm a grown man with a youthful heart.
Leave it to Kajiwara to yet again miss the point entirely. With a sigh, Osawa tossed the duck at him. Kajiwara caught it nimbly in one hand, then stuffed it right into his pocket.
Squeak! It's probably the sound that it makes.
Yeah.
Oh, I won't tell you that you aren't allowed to leave, sir. All I ask is that you tell me where you've been and where you're planning on going.
My work is highly confidential. I'm not at liberty to discuss just anything about...
Please try to work with me on this, sir.
Kajiwara interrupted. He leaned in uncomfortably close.
Do you recall what I said before? About how I'd appreciate if you didn't keep secrets from me.
Osawa hesitated, inwardly debating how much he should share. All right, are we going to tell the truth, or are we going to... Oh, okay. Are we going to tell the truth? Are we going to keep it a secret, or are we going to lie to him?
We're gonna lie, because he creeps me the fuck out.
I'm just going to buy some cigarettes, he lied. Kajiwara flashed an awkward smile.
Now that's odd. I didn't think you smoked, Mr. Ozawa.
I'm getting them for I.
I've never seen your wife smoke either, sir. And besides...
Kajiwara leaned in closer to him.
Your wife isn't even home right now, is she?
This wasn't going as Osawa had hoped. Evidently, he wasn't a very good liar. Even so, he decided to double it down. All right, fine. It was actually Mr. Tanaka who asked me to get them.
We're just getting more uncomfortably close.
Oh, yeah.
Osawa remembered the last words his father ever told him and lied to Kajiwara. A booby trap like luring a cop to a massacre to stab him! Yeah, pretty much. Oh, now that's surprising. Isn't that the sort of thing that he'd ask of you, Mr. Osawa?
Kajiwara was genuinely gifted at getting on one's nerves. Osawa barely contained an urge to punch the detective right in the face.
Let's do it. What's the worst that could happen? Well, no matter, I suppose.
Kajiwara went on at last.
Just try not to wander too far. Oh, and also... try not to leave the country.
He produced something that looked like a small transceiver from inside his coat.
Please take this with you.
The heck is it?
It's a bug tracker, sir. They'll keep in response to a nearby listening device.
I don't need this. He pushed Kajiwara's hand aside and the bug tracker fell to the floor.
Squeak! Mr. Osawa, you mustn't underestimate the lengths to which these kidnappers might go.
For once, the detective's face was all seriousness. All right, fine. Osawa snatched up the device and headed out the door.
Damn, he actually said something. At some point, we have to choose the punch option. Yeah. Yeah, some of these hoes need one.
Yeah.
Right.
Makino's car was parked out front. A driver stood alongside it. Osawa exchanged a wordless greeting with him, then got into the back. He found Makino reclining in one of the luxurious leather seats.
Now then.
Makino said.
Oh wait, that's that. Okay, that's Makino. What did you want to ask me about?
Lighting a cigar, he glanced sidelong at Osawa. I was hoping you could explain the situation to me, sir.
Which situation would that be?
So he was going to beat around the bush even now. Osawa suppressed an urge to shout at him. Are you the one who let the antiviral out of the lab, sir?
Yes, that was me.
Makino didn't bat an eyelid. So why had he been so coy for a few moments earlier? But how? The fingerprint authentication system is almost unbreakable. Getting access to the storage area would... He trailed off as a thought suddenly occurred to him. It was not strictly true that fingerprint authentication was the only means of entry. Osawa and Tanaka had both set up passwords as a failsafe in case an injured fingertip somehow prevented them from operating the scanner properly. But these passwords were 10-character alphanumeric strings. No one could just haphazardly fumble their way in. I'd like to point out, a 10-character password is a short password. It is not particularly long, but could Makino have sent a request to the electronic locks manufacturer and asked them to unlock it then? No, that required approval of 6 board members. And Osawa was one of those 6 people. There really seemed to be no way of getting in without leaving any trace.
Oh, shit.
You're absolutely right, of course.
Makino said with a grin, as if reading his thought.
I couldn't gain access to the lab without you and Tanaka, but I didn't have to.
He exhaled a large plume of smoke.
You remember when we released the samples for animal testing?
No, it couldn't be. Osawa broke out into a sweat.
Ah, but it could.
Makino
I
said.
had them divert. Oh, sorry. I had them divert some sort of samples intended for animal testing. Naturally, that didn't leave any record of anything being taken from the lab.
Osawa bit his lip hard. He couldn't help but feel betrayed by his company. But why?
No wonder he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Damn.
Makino let out a nasal, one-note chuckle.
You don't seem to grasp just how valuable this thing really is.
What do you mean by that, sir? Makino lowered his voice.
There's a major world power out there that has already weaponized the UA virus.
For a moment, Osawa thought this was just a sick joke, but the look on Makino's face told him otherwise.
Girl, I've been informed that it was
Sorry.
recently used. Oh, never mind.
There you go. Second paragraph for you.
Ooh, thank you. I was informed that it was recently used in a military installation in the Middle East. Within 12 hours of dispersal, there were at least 800 casualties. If you include civilians, the number of jumps to over 2,000. Any evidence of the disease agent and the bomb that delivered it has, of course, been covered up.
Osawa listened in amazement, his outrage that any government would commit such an atrocity not quite suppressing his excitement at discovering that the virus could be propagated by explosive means. He felt a flush of guilt at his own fascination.
Stop it! Stop being fascinated! You whore.
Anyway, the antiviral you created, Osawa, has the potential to render this weapon useless. Right now, Okoshi Pharmaceutical possesses the sole means to combat UA.
Makino's lips curled into a boastful grin.
Teehee. Any number of countries would love to get their hands on it. Major power in question has offered an unprecedented sum. That's hardly a surprise. Having a monopoly on the antiviral makes the weapon itself that much more valuable.
To Osawa, this was a glimpse into another terrifying world, one he had barely imagined previously.
Cha-ching.
And so you wanted to get human testing over with as soon as possible, is that it? He spat. Makino shrugged.
I explained full well to the locals that the risk of the experimentation and they were paid in accordance with said risks. They willingly consented to infection with the UA virus.
Sophistry, Osawa huffed. Nothing more. You used money to deceive a bunch of poor farmers.
Come on, Osawa. Who's being disingenuous now?
Makino eyed him with contempt and let out another puff of smoke.
I know you, Osawa, and I know you're not really concerned for some bunch of hick farmers. All you care about is
Your
viruses or something. Yeah, viruses or something. Yeah, that thing. Yeah. The thing that really nagging you right now is someone went ahead and did the final clinicals without you.
Oh, spare me the ridicule, sir.
Feel left out, bitch.
As a virologist, I have a moral duty to...
To what?
Makino barked.
Go to the media with this? Oh, do you have any idea how much money the company has thrown at your lab to keep it up and running?
Osawa's lab has incurred expenses of roughly 30 billion yen in developing the antiviral medication. Okoshi Pharmaceuticals spends approximately 200 billion yen per year on research and development. Osawa's work is the single most costly element of that budget. Osawa gaped. I do appreciate all the company has done for me, sir. He spoke so quietly that his voice was nearly inaudible.
Don't call me a liar, Osawa. We both know you didn't go out for cigarettes.
Yeah,
In any event,
Makino
now that
said.
you know about the now that you know about the human testing, I can't let you go to America.
How do you know about that? He'd insisted that I keep his planned relocation a secret, but apparently she'd told her father regardless. She is pissed as shit. Like she was going to keep that a secret.
Bitch! Oh, if you insist on making the move anyway, I'll just use any means necessary to stop you. Including the toilet.
Yeah. Makino regarded Osawa with a bloodshot gaze. Any means necessary? Osawa swallowed the lump in his throat. Sir, you don't mean that my daughter's kidnapping was...
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Makino said before Osawa could finish.
Of course that wasn't me. This time.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I'll do what I must to keep you in line. Remember that.
Understood, sir. I'll turn down the U.S. job offer. Osawa heard his own voice like the thin drone of a tiny insect. He felt utterly powerless.
I can't simply take your word on that.
Makino said.
Do it now. I want to hear you do it myself.
He jutted his jaw toward the phone in the backseat console. All right, are we going to do it, or are we going to try to find a way out?
Let's see if we can find a way out. Cause what if this makes everything explode? I don't know. Everything's hella sus. I don't trust nobody.
Couldn't this wait just a little bit, sir? Osawa asked. Maybe he could still find a way out.
You already know what my decision is.
Makino said. His tone carried an edge of intimidation. Osawa didn't reply. He simply stared at the telephone. He felt like an insect who'd had all its legs plucked off.
Ew. You need to think about your wife, too.
Makino's words were barely above a murmur. Realizing that his boss was speaking as Ai's father, Osawa couldn't bring himself to resist further. He reached out for the phone. It would be around 10 p.m. local time for the American firm. He decided to call his contact's personal phone. The headhunter was shocked to hear that Osawa wanted to decline the position. When he pressed for the reasons behind the decision, Osawa hung up. Visibly relieved, Makino lit up a fresh cigar. How many cigars does this man have?
Right. Holy shit.
Sir, there's one thing I don't understand.
What was that?
Osawa's head was feeling fuzzy. The smoke inside the vehicle had gotten extremely thick. If someone has this top secret information, why wouldn't they threaten the company as a whole? Why send those emails to me, personally?
No, I'm not sure. There's an internal investigation already underway. I'll find the source of the leak soon enough.
At this point, though, Osawa wasn't sure knowing who originally leaked the info mattered much at all to him. If you'll beg my pardon then, sir, Osawa said. He put his hand on the door handle. A sudden, high-pitched chirp sounded from his pocket. The bug tracker Kajiwara had given him had picked up a signal.
Oh shit. Is that your cell?
Makino asked. Yeah. Oh yes, that's mine. He hurriedly hopped out of the car and reached into his pocket.
Is everything alright, sir?
The driver was still waiting outside the car. He leaned toward Osawa, looking concerned. Was it you? Osawa stepped close to the driver. Did you send me those emails?
Oh, what are you talking about, sir?
Don't play dumb with me, Osawa said. You're the only person who could have planted a listening device on a company car.
Listening device?
The driver raised an eyebrow in confusion. What are you after?
Sir, what are you talking about?
Who told you to do it? Tell me! The driver fled back into the car.
Bye, bitch!
Osawa clutched the bug tracker. Osawa clutched the bug tracker hard as he watched the vehicle pull away. I can talk, it's fine.
Mhm.
He went back to his house, still gripped by confusion, to find Ai waiting in the entryway. She must have gotten home while he was out.
You were with my father, weren't you?
She sneered at Osawa as he slipped off his shoes. Yes, I was, he replied, and it's over.
What's over?
She knows damn well what. He struggled to contain his irritation. America, I'm not going, he huffed.
Oh, really? Well, that is good news.
She sounded sincerely pleased. Maybe a little more pleased than Osawa cared for. I need to go finish up some work things, he mumbled. He hurried to his study up on the second floor. He threw himself
She
down.
would have that.
She would.
That oh ho ho laugh.
She
You
threw
know the
himself
one.
down in front of his computer. There hadn't been any progress on the investigation, as usual. Just how long was this all going to go on for? Were all kidnapping cases this drawn out? A specialized victim support unit belonging to the Special Criminal Investigation Unit has been deployed at Osawa's house. The members of this team are all specialists who have received training in such skills such as negotiation, high-speed motorcycle and automobile driving, running phone traces, special communications, and phone records acquisition. Osawa was growing more and more uneasy. He could barely contain himself at this point. Wasn't there something, anything, that he could do? He glanced over at his monitor. That's an idea. He could look up kidnapping investigations on the internet.
Wow.
This doesn't seem like a very good idea at all, but you know what? That might give him some insight into the current situation. Kidnapping, police investigations, hostages. He typed the 3 keywords into the search field. The engine
That's
pulled
not
up.
a good idea.
Yeah, I know. This man is going, like, I feel like this is like looking up your symptoms on WebMD.
Oh no. No.
It's not cancer, your child is dead.
God damn it.
The engine pulled
No,
up.
your child's not. If your child is smiling at at their cell phone, it doesn't mean that they're talking to a stranger. It means that they're looking at their best boy.
Yeah.
It's that. It's that.
The engine pulled up over 100,000 hits. He scanned the beginning of the list for anything that might be useful. One of the site links caught his eye. How the police do it? It looked like a page containing information on various types of police cases. He clicked on the link for kidnapping cases and began to read. Even if the hostage wound up safe in the end, the site informed him the police lost face if the culprit got away. And if the hostage were killed and the kidnapper evaded capture, the media would have a field day. This made apprehending the suspect an absolute necessity. Even if a person's life was on the line, when it came to a kidnapping case, the police prioritized making the arrest. Taking his hand off the mouse, Osawa sat back and thought. He wasn't going to be able to relax until he heard Mario's voice again. But if the police prioritized arresting the suspect, why were they just letting things stay in limbo now? Didn't they have the crooks under surveillance? He couldn't wrap his head around that. The internet hadn't been able to give him the info he'd hoped for after all. I don't know what kind of info you were hoping for, man.
Yeah, what are you expecting? Magical fairies come out of nowhere and things are fine?
I don't know.
How to kidnap for dummies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unable to do anything for Mario but wait, he turned his thoughts to how his opportunity to transfer to the US had passed him by. The research facilities in America would have been top tier. Some part of him still couldn't quite accept what had happened. He stole a quick look back at the door, then surfed to the Ayakamiki fan community for people 40 and over. Whenever something was weighing on his mind, posting to these forums seemed to turn his mood back around. He knew that now wasn't really the time to be doing this, but he needed to do something to keep calm and quiet his mind. He started a new forum topic. In the title field, he wrote, Ayakamiki expanding into the US. With Ayakamiki still at the height of her popularity, does anyone else think it would be exciting if she ventured into the American market? I know I would. She's not the sort of artist who deserves to be confined to Japan. She should be recording at an American studio staffed by the industry's best. I'd love to see her career really take off over there. He wound up getting into a little back and forth with himself. Hopefully, he'd get a response from someone else soon. A sudden shrill noise
Oh,
startled him
aren't you?
so much that he nearly cried out. This man is like obsessed
Damn.
with this teen idol.
Right. He's like, oh my god, did you guys hear Hilary Duff is
I know.
getting her new movie? Okay, no, that's probably him.
His
but, like,
heart,
not him.
his heart fluttered like that of a young child who'd been caught in some prank. Realizing that the sound was coming from the bug tracker, he pulled it from his pocket and took a few breaths to steady himself. Evidently, someone had bugged his study as well. Tracker in hand, he walked toward the center of the room. What direction was the signal coming from? He tried heading over toward the window. Here, maybe? Next, he headed over to his desk. Here, too? Do we know how a bug tracker works? The bug tracker
No.
was picking up signals from all over the room. Had there been that many listening devices planted in here?
Did they see me fanboying over
I know.
Ayakamiki?
How many hours of Ayakamiki have they listened to now?
That end 89 getting framed for plotting the kidnapping of Ayakamiki. No! I hope not. Mr. Osawa, it's Kajiwara!
Perfect timing. Osawa hurried to let the detective into the study. The bug
What up,
tracker is picking up
fam?
signals.
Oh?
Yes, from all over the room. What should I do?
Mr. Osawa, please calm down.
As if that's even possible right now. It feels like there must be 10, no, maybe 100 listening devices in here. Kajiwara didn't miss a beat.
Let me be honest with you. That bug tracker is broken.
What? Osawa was dumbfounded. Broken? But this is the one I got from you, right?
Well, yes, but mine isn't detecting anything.
Kajiwara produced an identical bug tracker from his pocket. And as he said, it wasn't getting any signal.
As I recall, Mr. Osawa, that one was dropped on the floor when I was trying to hand it to you.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's your fault, bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, look at that.
The strength ebbed from Osawa's body. He didn't even have the mental energy to be angry anymore. He gave the tracker a whack with the palm of his hand, and the beeping stopped. Right, he said. What can I do for you? Kajiwara clapped his hands together as if he'd just remembered something.
Speaking of Hilary Duff, remember when she was in the first Agent Cody Banks movie? Yes, it slapped! Anyway.
Alright, we have a big problem.
The toilet again? Osawa sighed.
No, it's not that. It's something worse.
Kajiwara's face turned grim. Please tell me it's not my shower.
It's the bananas. We ran out.
Something worse? Alright. So, had something happened to Maria? Are we going to hear him out? Or do we just not listen to him?
We gotta listen to him just in case. It's important this time.
Yeah. Had something happened to Maria? He needed to hear the detective out. What is it? Osawa asked. Go on, tell me. He did his best to remain composed.
Well, you see,
We ordered lunches for everyone, and it looked like there were like 2 still left over, so I wound up eating them.
There was an awkward pause. Osawa didn't have the foggiest idea of how to respond.
my deepest apologies, sir. I ate the lunches and turned it for you and your wife.
Kajiwara bowed profusely.
And I really do need to apologize. There were tonkatsu bento boxes, and they were delicious. The meat was so tender, and the batter so crisp. With each and every bite, the rich flavor just filled my mouth more and more.
Osawa felt a blood vessel burst in his skull. Listen, you. Get your goddamn act together, or... He didn't get to finish that thought. A pathetic little gurgle sounded from his stomach.
Ah. See?
Kajiwara said.
You are hungry. You're hungry.
He fussed sheepishly with his hair. At the talk of food, Osawa realized abruptly that he hadn't eaten anything since the night before.
Shall I make something for you?
The detective asked.
This is all my fault, after all.
You can cook? Osawa wasn't sure how thrilled he was with the idea of Kajiwara helping him. Look at that peace
Yo,
sign.
you mustn't just. Oh my god. You mustn't judge people based on outward appearances, Mr. Osawa. I'm a top chef.
Alright, fine. Go right ahead then. His newfound hunger was making it hard for him to think. It would certainly behoove him to eat something. He led Kajiwara to the kitchen. What's with that
Oh
getup?
my god, look at that apron. What is that thing? Ah,
Looks like a weird alien baby.
I love it.
where? Oh wait, wearing an apron in the kitchen is a must, sir. Alas, it isn't while I'm naked.
No. The cartoon character printed on the apron Kajiwara is wearing is one of his own design. It's modeled after the MPD's mascot. His name is Pingpo-kun.
Hello, Pimpo-kun.
So you asked, and they have answered. Naked?
Oh, are you not familiar with the concept of the naked apron? I could demonstrate if you'd like.
The naked apron is the state of being entirely naked, save for an apron. A form of cosplay. The views from the front, rear, and sides all offer a certain appeal, but caution must be advised, as it may be difficult to stop arguing about which presents the loveliest sight once the topic is raised. There are similar, more sexualized naked styles as well, such as the naked sock, the naked shoe, the naked necktie, naked ribbon, naked scarf, naked collar, and so on.
Why?
Please, sir,
The
do
secret
not
ingredient
demonstrate.
in all of the secret ingredient in all Kajiwara's cooking is 100% pure concentrated burning hammer.
No.
I hope not.
No, that's quite all right. Where'd you get that apron anyway?
Oh man, now I'm sad. It's mine, sir.
Have you had it with you this whole time?
Yes. In here.
With a smile, Kajiwara pointed to his pocket. Of course. Osawa eased himself into a chair. His hunger was making him feel weak, and Kajiwara was making him feel like he was losing his mind.
Same.
Oh, this is bad.
The detective said.
I need to whip up something for you fast. Something definitely wrong if you don't even have a comeback.
Osawa felt his anxiety mounting. Just what sort of food was this insufferable oaf going to make anyway? Probably nothing worth eating was his bet. Alright. Are we going to pray that we wind up with something edible? Do we ask Tanaka to make us lunch instead? Or are we going to ask our wife?
I can cook, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't know, cause like I feel like if we let him do something, then he's gonna just make a banana split, or I don't know, some banana something, and I know he's gonna like pop a blood vessel and we're gonna die. So, I kind of want to go to the safe route and tell you know what, fam? Yeah.
So we're going to ask our wife to make us lunch?
Yeah, because I'm scared of Kajima. He just creeps me the hell out.
Alright. Since Ai's lunch was gone as well, he should probably have her make something. Osawa called his wife on the intercom to make the suggestion.
Absolutely not.
She scoffed.
Besides, I'm not even hungry.
Roughly 1 hour earlier, Ai Osawa slipped out of the house and went to the Café L'Autre down near the train station, where she ordered a sandwich and some black tea. And we know that because she was feuding with Minorikawa about the bug tracker, if you remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging up the receiver, Osawa turned back to Kajiwara. Very well, detective, if you'd be so kind. Kajiwara peered into the refrigerator.
Goodness, you're remarkably understocked,
He said.
Let's see, could you please put these in the dinger, Mr. Osawa?
The dinger is named for the sound a microwave oven makes when it's finished heating your food. The microwave at my house doesn't really go ding when the timer reaches 0, though. It's more just a beep. But that doesn't make any sense to call a microwave a beeper when that's already a word that refers to something else. The detective handed Osawa some frozen lumps of rice. The dinger? What the heck is a dinger?
Microwave. The microwave oven, sir.
Osawa stepped in front of the microwave. Unfortunately, he had no idea how to work the controls.
Bitch, you're a virologist. How the fuck you don't know how to work a microwave oven? Call me Ding. Call me Ding me if you want to reach me.
Oh my god.
Yes. Same.
Oh, you should thaw that rice out as soon as possible.
Kajiwara told him. I'm actually not
Okay.
sure how to operate this thing.
What?
The detective gasped.
You don't know how to use a microwave?
Osawa could only nod in silent shame.
Holy shit, sir. It should be just as simple as turning the dial.
Wait, which one?
That one, sir. The one on the right.
Osawa turned the dial, then crossed his arms with a satisfied grin.
Mr. Osawa, you need to put the rice in first before you do that.
Well, then why didn't you say that? Osawa snapped.
That was obvious.
I've never worked in a kitchen in my life. Don't ask me to do things that are this difficult.
Very well, I'll handle this from here. Why don't you get out the bowls and the chopsticks then, sir?
I have no idea where the hell those are kept. Kajiwara let out a
This
heavy
your
sigh.
house, bitch. This your house. bitch. Oh my god. How frustrating. Alright then.
Please just sit and wait, sir.
He said.
Ah, here, take this.
Kajiwara pulled out a sheet of bubble wrap from his pocket.
Use your fingers to pop the bubbles. That should help calm you down.
Too drained to argue, Osawa did as prompted, starting to pop his way along the sheet.
Wow, the baby needs bubble wrap to calm his.
Oh, yeah. Rather than calm him down, though, it was making him incredibly cross. This felt more like a sort of ridiculous punishment.
They say you can learn a lot about a household by looking in the fridge, you know.
Kajiwara was cooking something in a frying pan. And? Osawa asked. Just what have you learned about mine?
I better not say, sir. You might take offense.
Osawa snapped another bubble between his fingers.
The rice has finished thawing.
Kajiwara topped the steaming bowl of rice with the fried egg he'd whipped up in his pan. Then, as if it were an afterthought, he added some pickled vegetables.
Is it amu rice?
No.
Damn it, not this time. Oh, here you are, sir. Your fried egg on rice. It's complete.
Fried egg on rice is one of Kajiwara's simple recipes. Others include his white spaghetti, which is simply spaghetti that's been flavored with butter, salt, and pepper after it's been boiled. Both are a bit too basic to be properly called cuisine, but it does take a certain skill to bring the best flavor out of the ingredients with such simple seasonings. Kajiwara grinned from ear to ear.
Go ahead and eat it while it's still warm.
Osawa received the bowl with a dubious look. You aren't very good at cooking, are you? He asked.
All you had in your refrigerator were eggs and pickled vegetables, sir. I assure you it's quite delicious. I recommend breaking the yolk and mixing it all together.
Reluctantly, Osawa brought a bite to his mouth. That's good. The words came out almost unbidden.
Oh, isn't it just? Egg yolk and pickled vegetables pair quite well.
Osawa couldn't help but stuff his face, slipping into a rapturous daze as he did. The more he ate, the more it stirred his appetite. I had no idea fried eggs could be this delicious.
Oh, I know you probably have a long ordeal still ahead of you, sir, but please keep your chin up and hang in there.
Kajiwara gave Osawa an amiable smile.
Mm. And yes, fried egg on rice is actually delicious.
It's
yes,
so
it
good.
is. Fam, that combo. Anyway.
That's right.
He continued.
And for dessert,
We have banana.
No thank you. Kajiwara grimaced
Damn it.
as Osawa held up a hand in refusal.
Eat your bananas. And then, when you're finished eating, would you please wash the bowl?
Me? Wash dishes? Osawa exclaimed in surprise, sounding like a petulant child.
Oh my. He is such an entitled little bitch.
You've got, like,
Anyway.
I should point out that this is not completely out of the realm of what Japanese men are expected to do around the house. Like,
Oh
he's
my
just...
god, really?
Yeah, so the idea is that the husband will work and do all of that, and the wife, whether or not she works, although in Japan it's more likely that if you are a married woman that you are probably, if you work a small part-time job, but really you're pretty much a stay-at-home parent, and that's the expectation. So it is actually not that unlikely that he might not have a clue how to do any of this stuff.
Well, some bitch is fun alert. Okay.
If someone else cooks for you, you should do the cleaning up. It's only polite.
Fine, okay. While Osawa
Be
was doing the
polite,
dishes,
sir.
the bug detector went off again.
That's hella sus.
Director, if you have a moment,
Tanaka poked his head into the kitchen.
I've got something urgent to discuss with you. That close up, I can't.
And we have had our keep out.
Oh shit.
All right. So we're going to end here for tonight. We have got everyone all started. So
Whee!
next stream, holy shit, we got all the way to 155 with him.
Aw, yeah.
And everyone else is still at like 105.
They were hella fast, hella short.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So next stream is either going to be Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to check in with Lemur and see what she wants to do for what is her normal stream day. So if we do Monday, we'll probably do Age of Calamity. Otherwise, on Tuesday, we should be back with Phoenix Wright. I don't have anything else to say. Be safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, and we will see you guys next week. Have a good night.
Good night. Bye.